Hello everybody, welcome to Global Cajon. In the next chapter we are going to see how to play swing with this instrument. I hope you find it useful. As we all know, the most important rhythmic element in swing is the riding cymbal, to which we add the upbeats on the hi-hat, and we don't need anything else to have the thing grooving. Kick drum and snare are basically enhancing some notes here and there to make their groove unique and interesting, but are not parts of the pattern. Don't forget the beauty and power of a swinging ride and a hi-hat. With just a little something else here and there, that's it. So let's take that concept while sitting on the cajon. Okay, when I have to play swing on the cajon, I basically focus on the ride and the hi-hat, and my weak hand is mostly not doing anything very steady, just doing some accent here and there with the music. But I really do three types of things. One of them is accenting the three of each triplet. That's unison with the ride. So I'm doing 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. That three, I sometimes just accent that with my weak hand. That helps the swinging flow. 3, 4. The second thing is sometimes if the bass player goes there, help him with some just walking bass. Okay? Just simple bass to help the upright player. 3, 4. Let's try the next exercise. Let's play swing on the right, and with our weak hand, let's do what the jazz players call feathering the bass, which is playing the downbeats, quarter notes on the bass, but really, really soft. Okay, feathering the bass on the cajon. 1, 2, 3, 4. The third thing is playing like a backbeat on the 4. That's very, a very swing, traditional pattern, right? Ting, tinkity, cha, ting, tinkity, cha, ting, tinkity, cha, ting. So in the 4, ting, tinkity, cha, ting, tinkity, cha. Don't worry too much if you don't do many stuff with your weak hand in swing, because the weak hand in swing is like the kick and the snare, and sometimes you don't do much either. So don't make it too busy. 3, 4. In the next exercise, we are going to play swing with hi-hat and ride. And with our weak hand, we are going to switch these three exercises we mentioned. Playing feathering the bass with our weak hand, then playing the third note of the triplet in each beat, and at last playing beat 4 on a high place in the cajon, okay? We can play a few bars of each. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next exercise is going to be useful for you to train your freedom to do whatever you want with your weak hand. when you play swing. We are going to play ride and hi-hat, traditional, and we are going to play a few bars, accenting with our weak hand only the downbeats, first note of the triplet of each beat. Then we are going to switch and we are going to start playing the second note of the triplet with our weak hand, and finally we are going to play the third note of the triplet. This way we would have been playing every note, every position in the bar, and then if you practice that, you're going to be able to put it whenever you want. Check it out. In the next example, we are going to play swing with ride and hi-hat, and we are going to play beats 2 and 3 of the triplet with our weak hand. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to try to avoid playing swing without a ride, but sometimes you just have to manage with a cajon. In those cases, I tend to do two things. The first option is to play exactly as if we had a ride on the cajon with our strong hand, and do all the exercises we talked about with our weak hand. The other option is playing swing, playing, let's say, down beats with our strong hand, and the third beat of the triplet with our weak hand, which is easier to listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. This type of subdivision, and then trying to put phrases and licks that belong to the style, to swing. Playing down beats, like feathering the bass, or playing the upbeats on 4. All those things that belong to the language of swing, but on a wooden box. For example, 1, 2, 3. In this chapter, we saw that playing swing without a ride is almost as playing soccer without a ball. There are many ideas you could apply to the cajon if you don't have a ride, but try to avoid playing swing without a ride. Well, I hope you enjoyed this chapter. You can find many other chapters of Global Cajon in my YouTube channel, also in my website or Facebook. You can see the index to check the chapter that you are interested in. Thanks for being there and see you around. Adios.